I've seen some really wild custom consoles in the past, like a liquid-cooled Xbox One or a hacked Xbox with a screen on the front, but today I have a liquid-cooled Xbox 360 that's frankly like nothing I've ever seen before. So in this video, we'll unbox it, test it out, tear it down, and see if it's any good. Alright guys, I'm excited for this one, and at first glance, the first thing you see here is a normal 360, but don't let that fool you. Oh my goodness. You can kind of see it from the back, but holy crap, just wait till you see this thing from the front. Yeah, that's a 360. I think it's a PC built inside. I'm assuming that's what it is. We also got our giant heatsink and fans up there, probably for the GPU. We even got a nice little screen down here that hopefully we can customize, maybe play our 360 games on that screen. No idea if that's possible or not, but we'll try it out, of course. But guys, let's go ahead and take a closer look at everything. So first of all, here on the front, got a normal 360 faceplate. The disk drive is kind of pushed out a little bit. I'm not really sure why. We'll try to figure that out later. Also, we got our flap here, which, there's there's no USB ports there, which I guess makes sense because it's not actually a 360 inside. Or if it is, it's like a custom modded one in some way. And then here on the side we have our 120 gig hard drive. Not sure what's actually in here, probably a different hard drive. What is going on here? I don't know what's going on with this hard drive, but it's got some like white stuff up here and the thing is kind of like bulging a little bit. There's also some like white paint down there or something. I'm not sure what that is. And guys, you know the thing I'm thinking about that would have taken this whole thing just to the next level is if this whole back piece was kept as a normal 360 and the HDMI came out of the original HDMI port and then the power came through the original power port. But I understand you got to kind of make some sacrifices here and there for a custom console. We'll take a closer look at everything inside later on. Let's go ahead and I guess just plug this bad boy in and see what happens. All right guys, console's plugged in, including this antenna here that kind of has a PS5 aesthetic, and I even plugged in our 360 power cord. Well, I guess I taped it up because it doesn't actually fit. But guys, the real kicker with this console is you can actually get one for yourself. Actually, you can get this exact console for yourself because I'll be auctioning off this console as well as giving away some games and consoles on a new platform called Encore, who is a sponsor of today's video. So Encore is the new place to learn about and shop for video games. You know, whether you're shopping for a game or a console, Real Collectors will show you a recorded video of the items they're selling. And here's the thing guys, the auctions on Encore can get crazy on some of the rare items, you know, aka like this. With last minute bids flying in and, you know, lots of trash talking in the chat, you might make some new friends or enemies. All you gotta do is swipe to bid and make sure you save auctions if you want to get notified with 5 minutes left. And one of the best parts, Encore takes trust and safety seriously. All sellers are ID verified and the Encore guarantee protects you in case you get items that are not as described. And sellers also have great customer service. You know, don't be surprised if you win an auction and the seller sends you a personal message afterwards. And guys, you're gonna want to hear this because there are tons of giveaways in the app that are 100% free. Encore pays for giveaway shipping, so I'm talking $0 and 0 cents. So like, you guys don't like free stuff, like just sign up down below. And you know, once you've entered a giveaway, you can also get 5 extra entries for that giveaway for every friend you bring to the same giveaway. So use my link down below or QR code on the screen to download Encore today on the iOS and Android app stores to join my giveaways. And you can find me by searching jrob0021 in the sellers tab. And I'll see you guys there. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on though and just see what happens. So I'm not quite sure if this button matches up with the power button. Oh, it doesn't. Oh man, that's tragic. That actually would have been awesome if this button was the power button for this console. Let's go ahead and see, or PC, whatever it is. That doesn't do power. Wait, what is power? Is that a button in there? I think it is. Hold on, let me try this. Oh, it is. The button's down there, okay. And we got our fans revving up here. We got some RGB, oh baby, there we go. We're in full gamer mode now. We got some RGB G-Skill RAM pieces down there. There are 2 fans here. Oh baby, we got our little display lighting up here. Oh yeah, we'll take a closer look at that here in a second. First thing you see is it pops up and it's Windows, which, yeah, makes sense. It's a PC. Let's go ahead and boot it up and kind of get things set up a little bit. All right, guys, so here we are. And first thing we have is Steam. We've also got a nice Xbox background that matches the aesthetic. Nice. Like to see it. And next up, I want to look at the specs of this thing. And oh, yo, wait, hold on. Hold up, guys. Take a look at this top piece right here. So I just noticed there's an Xbox 360 little kind of boot up screen right there that's just looping. That's straight up the blades or the NXE dashboard boot up theme, which is just awesome to see. Also got our GPU and CPU temps there, which makes sense. But yeah, let's go ahead and try to find the specs on this thing because I frankly have no clue what's inside of this thing in terms of specs because the guy, he sent me an email and said, I have custom Xbox 360. Would you like to buy it? I said, yes, I would like to buy a custom 360. And by the way, guys, if you want to do the same thing, send me an email. If you got a custom 360, PS3, PS4, PS5, anything custom, I would love to check it out. I'll put some details down below, but yeah, let's go ahead and try to figure out the specs on this bad boy. All right, so 32 gigs of RAM, which I think makes sense. Also a Ryzen 7 5700G with Radeon graphics, 3.8 gigahertz. Okay. I don't think we have a discrete GPU here, which I guess in terms of sizing makes sense because I don't see a GPU here looking from the outside. There could be something inside of here, but it looks like it's just it's just the CPU or the graphics built into the CPU. Okay, yeah, so it's an APU from a few years ago, actually more like 4 years ago at this point, and you can buy it for $160 on Amazon. But I think it does make sense in this situation because basically this is being marketed as a device you can play 360, PS3 games on, that sort of thing. So we'll try to emulate some of that stuff and just make sure it runs, see how it runs. So for our 360 emulator, we have Xenia here that we'll run some games on. So we have Skate 3. We'll go ahead and try to boot that up, make sure it actually works, and yo, it boots up immediately, which is sick. I mean, it's just so goofy. We're playing 360 games on a 360 that actually doesn't have a 360 inside. A goofy thing to say. And also we have our Xenon controller, which is just a sick controller. Let's go ahead and try it out though. And wow, the controller actually works natively. that's sick. Oh, I can even type on the keyboard. That's nice. Why is the vibration on this controller so insane? What the heck? You guys ain't ready for this. Let's go. Oh, there's a little bit of something going on in the graphics there. Hold on, watch this, watch this. So when you spin really fast in certain areas, it's got some like screen tearing or artifacting. Not sure what you call that there, but it's not a big deal, but that's something to note. Woohoo! But all right, we'll play some Skate 2 on the PS3 next on our 360 here, which just feels wrong. And also, just imagine this thing actually opened up and I could put a disc inside. Let's go ahead and try to boot it up and play MW2 here. And boom, there it goes. Let's go. And yeah, playing MW2 here, it's working, I'd say, perfectly fine. It's got a little bit of graphical weirdness when you spin around, but that might just be a thing that happens in the real game because it's an old game from 2009. Go, go, go. Move, move, move. See you. I'm sure there's some PS3 games that are not going to run as well as this one does, but in general, just a goofy thing to do. So guys, next up we have GTA 4 booted up through Steam, as you can see here. And we're going to see what the performance is like at the max settings it'll allow us to do. So we're at 512 max, and we're already at 509 here, so I guess I can't really turn anything else up. But you can see we're at medium, very high, high, and off. Yeah, let's run it. So I'm driving around here, and I'd say graphically and control-wise, it's working fine, except for our frames are pretty low. We're at like a, what is that, 18 or 19 FPS right now, and it's pretty consistently been in that range for the last like 5 minutes. So that's a bit rough. Not horrible, but it's pretty rough. So I took the resolution down to 1080p, and it's working. It's getting us 30 frames per second now. So I'd say this is acceptable and doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's GTA 4. It's not gonna look amazing, so I don't expect too much more. Now the next game here might be a bit more questionable. We're gonna try to run Cyberpunk and see how that runs. Not expecting a whole lot, but we'll try it out. Yeah, here we go. I'm just on whatever the default or latest settings are on this game, and yeah, it's running great. We can get 77 FPS in the menu though. That's something. But like I said, next up I want to try to change this screen here and see if we can get it off of the Xbox 360 boot up screen and get it to play games or something. Yeah, there we go, TRCC. Let's see if this will give me some more details. Yo, there it is. That's sick. Okay, so we can set up themes here. Okay, so that's one of the default themes. That's kind of cool. Interesting color. Also got some online themes, I guess, that you can download here. Interesting. All right, guys, it took some time, but this is sick. Yeah, you can see I have Skate 3 booted up here, and we are actually playing this. Honestly, the resolution is like not horrible either. You can just, I don't know, it's not bad, like better than it should be. Come on, boy, go, 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 down the hill, down the hill. There he goes. Yup. See ya. Okay, guys, I confess you can't actually play games on this little screen here, well, as far as I'm aware, but what I did is I downloaded some YouTube footage of just Skate 3 gameplay, and then you can actually select a video to upload to the screen, and then it actually looks like you're playing. So honestly, it's still a really cool functionality, but as far as I can tell, you can't play games on it yet. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. But guys, next up I want to take this, start taking this console apart and give you a closer up look at the internals, externals, and just give you a better rundown of what's going on here. So first thing I was going to test is if this hard drive actually has the real hard drive inside that runs this PC, but I have my answer. Let me just show you the side of this thing. Yes, usually this little plug right here plugs into there, but you can see there's clearly no circuit board right there. So it's just there for looks, so that answers that question. And to be honest, guys, I'm not quite sure how to open this thing up because I'm pretty sure the front faceplate is like glued on or something because it doesn't budge at all. And I'm not sure how to get the liquid cooling out of here and take a closer look at it because the plexiglass is kind of in the way of the cables here, and the plexiglass, you have to take out the screws here and then somehow wiggle it out, I guess, and pull it out somehow. I'm really not quite sure. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to take off these side pieces here and hopefully those pop off and I can kind of get a better look through the side of the PC or Xbox here. Let's try that though. All right, so side piece is coming off, but it does appear this thing is kind of glued in the front or something like that because that piece is, yeah, it's not budging from the front. Hey, there we go. I actually got this side piece off, so now we can kind of get a look on the inside. All right, so here on the side where I was able to remove a piece, you can kind of see our power supply right here, and I believe it's just I don't know if it's glued down or what, but it's mounted in there nice and tight. You can see a bunch of cables just kind of zip tied in there for our power and data and whatever other cables we have going around in there. And then my real question was, how is this disk drive piece mounted on the front? So you can see here in the front it is there along with the eject button, but it's kind of just sticking out a little bit. So clearly there is no disk drive in there, and it looks like it's actually just, let me just point in there with a screwdriver. It looks like there's actually some, like, I don't know, black putty or something that's holding it together. And then when we press the eject button here, it kind of just, you know, is flailing in place. So we could definitely do some modding with that and make it press some sort of button, and that'd be a cool functionality. Now on the other side, I was able to finally get this piece off, but it looks like it was, you know, hot glued or something up here on the front because it was stuck up there and I had to pry it off, which kind of broke it, but I have plenty of these other pieces to put on, so I'll just replace that piece. And now we can get a peek inside of what this side looks like. And again, we have some more of this putty here that's holding our, our power button in place, which is, yeah, right there. You can see just a little switch. And we, of course, have our RAM right there. We have our water cooling right there, which attaches to our APU. And the next you see, of course, our radiator here, which has the liquid cooling that goes down into this little piece down here and onto our APU. And then back here is just the rest of our motherboard and some cables. And then, of course, with the PC on, you can see our RGB lights here on the fan, on the RAM sticks right there as well. Nothing else inside of there. Would have been kind of, I guess, a nice touch to have some more LEDs in there to really blow this thing up with gamer RGBs, but it's still pretty cool as is. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this Xbox. If you did, make sure to check out Encore down below or the QR code on the screen to bid on this thing, because it'll go quick, so check it out. Also auctioning off this thing, which is very cool as well, and I'll see you guys there.